poppin', y'all? It's your boy D-Mari, aka D-Ron. So back with another video. So let's talk about Raw. I'm not gonna really talk much about Raw too much. I'm not gonna really talk about much. But the only thing I even got out of the show this past Monday was just Solo SIKOA just being the most entertaining wrestler on the roster right now. And not only that, have a confirmation with Jey Uso telling Solo that he has to come back to the Bloodline and he has to fall in line with Roman Reigns and acknowledge him. So that was like the only best part of the show was just Solo just being the most charismatic and entertaining wrestler during the show. Everything else on the show from past Monday, like I didn't really too much care or even else it was just too boring. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna like speed through this because I do have to get ready for work after this. So yeah, I'm not gonna take no much of you guys' time. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So Solo ended up coming out first, and basically he was just cracking some jokes and all that other stuff. Wanted to be part of back. He didn't want to be part of the Bloodline, and he just wanted to do his own thing. And then Jey Uso came out, and he just talks about. Well, let me see what Jay actually really said because now I got the notes right here. So let me see. I'm trying to figure out what Jay said. Oh, I can't. So you really want? So this is what Jay said. So you really want to do this, little brother? You want to air out all the family laundry in front of the whole world to see again? And then Jay says to Solo, you know how to fix this issue. The tribal chief calls the play. So, Solo, you need to fall in line. And then Solo asks, fall in line? How does that work out for you? And then Jay falls in line because, and then, well, Solo said, did you fall in line because you looked like you was going to fall off? And then Solo responded, you was a world champion. You won the Royal Rumble. You beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Every time people heard your music, the kids were happy. The crowd was signals for Jey Uso to run it back. And then Solo said, that's all out the window. And you said it sucks to be an Uso right now? And then Solo already told him he is not coming back to the family. I love where I'm at. I do the people at Virginia. And then the crowd started chanting. And then Jay says his tribal chief, he cuts off and says, man, shut your cocky, spoiled, disrespectful ass up. And then Jay says, he raised and fed Solo and changed his diapers. That whole reason he is here because of the Usos. The reason why Solo had a big house and has a family set for his life because of the Bloodline. And Solo thinks it was the game. It was all a game to him. But Jay told Solo tonight that if he beats Solo, Solo has to fall in line. We'll have to fall back in love with the Bloodline. And that was pretty much it. And then Jay ended up giving a warning shot to Solo. And then Solo has just been like the most entertaining thing like outside SummerSlam. Like literally. And then, yeah, Jay give Solo a warning shot called bah! And then Solo is doing all this stuff like somebody just got signed, whatever, and that's how like the segment ends. Yeah, bro. Solo needs to be doing his own thing. He should not even be a part of this Bloodline. To me, Solo is like better off doing his own thing than just rejoin the Bloodline. If there's anything, Solo is better off by himself than it is with the Bloodline. And Solo is most likely is entertained now, and now he's most likely a babyface now. So I'm gonna talk about that in the end because with him and Jay match, I mean the match was okay, I guess, but the ending with the outside interference and all that stuff, I mean I didn't like it. But Solo is literally the most entertaining thing throughout the show. Like, I do like how Solo is coming out of his shell, and actually starting to become his own man. Just being like this comedian and entertaining wrestler that he is. And I would have liked if that was the Solo that we could have gotten years ago. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Solo is better off doing what he's doing than just being in this Bloodline fashion. That it's not going to end soon, y'all. This Bloodline storyline that's been going on for 5 years now, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. And I understand that people are getting tired of this Bloodline storyline, and they want to find something else different and something else creatively new. I totally understand that. But the problem is, this is the best thing that WWE even got right now. And it's so fucking predictable and lazy that WWE creative themselves can't even find anything remotely new other than just looking at the blueprint. The only blueprint that they have to find is the Bloodline storyline. That's the only thing that they can actually make people tune in. Whereas otherwise, people are getting really tired of seeing the Bloodline story. And no disrespect to the family of Roman and the Usos and all of those guys, but people are getting tired. And people want to find something new. And most likely that's not going to change. And even Roman even says that the Bloodline is never going to end unless Roman is still around until it's time for him to even retire. So they're not going to end this Bloodline storyline anytime soon, which I wish it was. Like, they should have ended this. The perfect time to end the Bloodline storyline was just at WrestleMania 40 when Cody beat Roman. That was the time for the Bloodline to just end it there from WrestleMania 40. But yet they still got that going on. God, man. Okay. So the first match, whoever fights Roman to go to the finals to fight Roman on September 4th in Mexico City for the world title. So Penta ended up defeating Legado Kid, which I don't really know who he is. Some of these guys are from AAA, and I honestly do not watch AAA, or even else I don't know these guys at all. But I'm not going to say the match was bad, but at the same time, I just don't really care about the match itself. But I already know who's going to probably win this whole thing to fight Roman Reigns. It's most likely going to be Penta or even else Rey Fenix. It's most likely will be Rey Fenix. I mean, not Rey Fenix, but Penta is probably going to win this entire tournament to fight Roman and only just to lose. I mean, even though Penta and Roman, I mean, it's going to be somewhat of a good match, but Penta, if Penta ended up does win this tournament, then to fight Roman, he still is going to still lose the match against him. So honestly, I really have thoughts now of why this tournament is why is this even happening right now? Because, like I said, they cannot find anything different of what WWE... Like, WWE cannot find nothing else different. But you want to have a tournament to fix the problem. Whatever. Austin Theory ended up defeating Akira Tozawa. I mean, I didn't really too much care, so whatever. I didn't care. Then they had this segment with Becky Lynch and Stephanie Valkyrie just telling everybody that I'm glad to be back and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, Becky Lynch came out. I mean, this segment wasn't really nothing. It was kind of basically like somewhat of the same thing what they did last week, having like a stare down. And then Stephanie got out of the ring, and out of nowhere, Liv Morgan came in and started attacking Becky Lynch. And then Stephanie ended up coming back into the ring and started beating down Liv, and then they throw her out the ring, and then Becky and Stephanie having another stare down. Which I think this match is supposed to be happening the next 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. I'm guessing. I don't know. But somebody, I think I heard someone said it's supposed to be like happening that match with Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer. It's supposed to be happening the next 2 to 3 weeks. So hopefully that probably is going to be on Raw. I wish it was on a PLE, but it's not gonna. But it's most likely it's going to be on Raw anyway. So yeah. Next match, Dragon Lee ended up defeating Dominic Mysterio. Whatever. I didn't care. I didn't watch the match, so I did not care. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez ended up defeating Sol Ruca and Io Sky. Well, no, let me take that back. They did not beat them. Sol Ruca and Io Sky ended up defeating Judgment Day, which I did not really care about. And of course the main event, Jey Uso ended up defeating Solo Sikoa. Now, the match itself, the match was gonna be. I thought this match was just gonna be like a regular match, which the match was okay, I guess. I mean, it was nothing like anything that exciting, but if Solo wins, then he is gonna do his own thing. If Solo does lose, he has to fucking come back into the bloodline and acknowledge Roman Reigns. Now, this is part of the match I just did not really understand. Because, one, why is Jimmy Uso being involved in this match and helping Jey Uso win? Like, even Solo even said in the beginning of the segment, like, Jey won the Royal Rumble. He beat Gunther at WrestleMania. He was a former world champion, but you can't even beat your own brother Solo in a damn singles match without any type of interferences like Jimmy Uso did. Which, did Jimmy really need to interfere in this match? No. I would have liked if this would be a clean, solid win of whoever was going to beat whoever. But no. Jimmy had to come in and just ruin the play. So, Jey ended up defeating Solo, and what that means is that next week on Raw, Solo has to meet Roman and probably acknowledge him or probably have to rejoin the bloodline. I don't know that's going to happen next week. I honestly don't know. I would have liked it if Solo would have beat Jey and then Solo could have just did his own thing. But what did WWE do this time? Once again, you buried one star that somebody should have just gotten over the match. But no, you have to get the right person, one of your favorite guys, to win this match, and that was Jey Uso. Jey Uso did not need to win this match. Solo did. Look, I don't hate Jey Uso. I don't hate Jey Uso at all. I mean, the Usos are one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Going to be a future ballot Hall of Famer in the future. Like, I really do not understand, like, what WWE sees from Jey Uso. I mean, I do see that at one point he is one of the most highest baby faces on the top tier of the company. I mean, he's getting a loud crowd reactions and all that other stuff, which he still is. But people are getting tired of the Jey Uso vortex. Like, nobody does not want to see Jey Uso win anything. And honestly, Solo could have beaten Jey. And Solo could have went and did his own thing. Like, what does Solo need to be part of the bloodline for? Solo will be better off doing his own thing rather than fucking rejoin a bloodline that he's most likely will get involved. Fall in line and have to acknowledge Roman. Same way how Jacob is right now. He should be doing his own thing, not to be in this bloodline fashion. Both him, Solo, and Jacob should both be doing their own singles careers. But no, they are fucking stuck in the bloodline. Look, I don't know what's going to happen next week with Solo have to acknowledge Roman and then have to join back the bloodline. I don't know what's going to happen, but something needs to be done here. Like, Solo needs to be doing his own thing. Like, I don't understand why we're doing this. Like, at all. But yeah, man, this is it for my Raw review. Not a review, but I'm just doing a recap of Raw. But Y'all let me know what your thoughts about Raw. Y'all let me know what the comments, what y'all think. Follow me on social media down below. I'll be back with another video, y'all. Peace.
My moment to shine. This is my time of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time it's undervalued and no one ever could.